run. In your 5 years, you played in 6 championship games. I'm sorry, 7 championship games for Gabriella and Christina, who played in one when they were in 6th grade, playing on varsity early, and 2 undefeated seasons. In fact, they have not lost a game in our league in their last 52 games.
Woo!
I credit that a lot to our girls program in that from the time they have Ron until the time they finish with us, they run the exact same plays, the exact same system, the exact same defense, and it is very beneficial to us. The first 8th grader I'm going to call up is Daniela. You can come on up, Daniela. Daniela is, we were saying in the back, Coach Kevin and I before, possibly the nicest girl we have ever coached. And she also keeps basketball and everything she does in perspective. She can be bubbly one moment, serious the next moment. She can be excited with a win, she can be upset with a loss, but she stays in the moment and doesn't carry over. And that would only begin to discuss her, because also on the court, she's probably one of the, I'd say, 10 best players in the league easily, and maybe the, except for Our Lady of Grace, gigantic girl, probably the second big, what we call, big girl in the league. If you watch her games, at times you wonder what she's doing, and all of a sudden she makes a move, and you remember, oh yeah, that's what she can do. And hopefully she'll continue to play basketball in high school, and it was a pleasure having her. Our next 8th grader is Gabriella. Gabriella has always been an excellent basketball player. If we needed points, we knew exactly, most likely, where they were going to come from. It was an uncanny ability to get to the rim. She probably took more layups in the league than anybody else, and she was able to score points. Our toughest game all year that we had was probably our first game, where I believe Christina had committed 5 fouls in about 4 minutes of playing, and I was ready to kill her, but Gabriella decided to try and take that game over all by herself against who I believe to be the best team in our league, St. Anthony's. And I believe she scored over 30 points, and we won something like 49-45. So her scoring is what kept us in a lot of games, and she will be sorely missed. And where those points will come from, I'm not sure. Our last 8th grader is Christina. I think Christina just came up and said that she had to stand between those two and she was short and wasn't too happy. But size is something I want to talk about with her, because when you look at Christina, she always argues with me that she's 5'1", and I disagree with her, but that's okay. She was the one player on our team who could guard every player on the court. I remember our championship game where Daniela was on the bench and Christina ended up guarding the girl who was 5'11" from St. Francis, and the girl didn't score a point. And she was probably their best player. Then she'd go out and guard their point guard, and their point guard wouldn't reach the 3-point line and she'd steal the ball. We really did not function on the court well when Christina was either in foul trouble or dove into a chair or dove into a wall or was knocked down by somebody, because at least 2 or 3 times a game the referee told us to come out on the court, she's hurt, and we just kind of left her there knowing she'd eventually get up. And her toughness is something we are really going to miss. The other thing I'm going to miss is her coachability. I would say something to her, and have you noticed anything about all of our coaches, except for probably Coach Ron, Coach John, and Coach Joseph? We're probably as loud and at times as rude as could be, and she dealt with it wonderfully. She would just give me a half little head shake. Like if I tell her to do something, she's like, yeah, I got it. And the next thing you know, our team would get 10, 12 points in a row. She was, I would say in the 20 years that I've been coaching basketball at St. Anne, she was by far the best passer I've ever seen.
That's right.
As I said in the beginning, and I'm going to leave off with this, the most important thing that I try to get out of our players is their ability to play in high school. And Coach Kevin came back to me one day, and someone at Maria Regina had asked him if the pipeline from St. Anne's has come to an end, because we have sent players there for the last 4 years who have the ability to make all their team. And it definitely has not. All 3 of them have that ability. As well as being great basketball players, they are good students and wonderful people. That's all I really want to say, and thank you very much. I'm sorry if I was long, and I think the slideshow is probably coming up next. Enjoy what you're listening to.